I'm just trying to help you out. Make sure you
I don't
don't make
have
the
extra.
mistakes I
I don't have
made.
extra windows open. I don't know what you're talking about. And we live, man. What's going? We live, man. What is going on, everybody? Your boy Forte here after dropping videos all weekend, and I got my boy Slomo Backslide with me. What's going on, Slomo? How's your weekend been so far?
It's been hard work. I've been working hard, really, really hard. Hard at work, hard at work at home. Just hard work.
Oh man,
Do I sound serious when I say that?
you do. You sound like you need a iced coffee.
You know what? I really would like a Tim Hortons iced coffee just to try it out.
Just to try it.
Just to see what it's like. But
Yeah.
they don't want to bring a Tim Hortons to Maryland. Like maybe I gotta go to Virginia, Delaware, I don't know, Pennsylvania. Well, where is the Tim Hortons? I'm about to look
Oh,
it up. Honestly,
that's a good question. No, literally, I took that picture and I had, as you can see, I drank half of it, and I was like, "This is good." Is it?
What's up,
Is it?
Hustler? What's up, Def Lloyd?
Yeah, what's up, bros? But yeah, it was good. I said, let me send a picture to Slow Mo and comment on it. I
What's up,
literally.
Vaccine?
What's up, Vaccine? I literally didn't even think about it, and I came back to that post, and I swear to God, it had like 12 retweets and 7 comments, and people was like the greatest coffee from Canada. I was like, whoa, I forgot. I said, no, there's a lot of people that rock with Tim Hortons. A lot of people.
I had never even heard of it until you had said you gotta try Tim Hortons a few days ago, and I was like, the what? The Tim who? I ain't even never heard of that. But what's funny, because like this area is really weird with getting like we would get commercials in my area for like White Castle.
Yeah.
Ain't a single White Castle this entire state. Why are we getting commercials for it? We would get commercials for Sonic, the fast food place Sonic. Yeah. And there was only one Sonic that was within driving distance, and I was like in Annapolis, and I was just like, why do you have commercials for when you only have like one store in like the entire Southern Maryland hemisphere? It's just like, what's the purpose? Why do you do that? It's crazy. But I actually, they finally, at least Tim Hortons knows, look, we ain't got a single store within 5,000 miles of you. We just not even going to advertise in your area.
Oh man.
I see people in the chat with the whatabouts. What about is what happened to isms.
Okay,
that's what I was thinking.
The vaccine, he said, so what happened to that Rainbow Six Siege, that Rainbow Six quarantine? I was like, listen, bro, they showed a lot of stuff in that the pre-roll that they actually showed during the thing. I was like, I actually tuned into the show like I want to say 1:30, and they were like showing stuff in the countdown for the countdown of the pre-roll. I was like, yo, what is Ubisoft doing? I was like, I said, does the stream start at 2:00 or does the pre-show start at 2:00? And then it flashed across the screen. I was like, oh Lord, they got a countdown for the pre-show. I said only Ubisoft, bro. Only Ubisoft. So, man, it was a good time. What's up, Gregor, man? How you doing today, man? I need you to bring that energy because Slow-Mo need to laugh like consistently for this whole show just to make sure that he doesn't fall into a sleep coma.
Oh, look, no, I'm good. Because I got a whole bunch of not issues, but questions for Ubisoft in regards.
Questions. Okay,
I'm just really. I was so like you watched it live, but I watched it like the replay.
I watched
off
it
of their
half
YouTube.
live, and then I watched literally I want to say the first 20 minutes of it live, and then once they got to the part where I started tweeting about things that could have been shown during the pre-show, I was like, I'll come watch the rest of this when I get home from work. So I was like, okay. So I mean, I guess that's the best place to jump off. First of all, I really appreciate everybody coming through, man. You guys have been amazing to us over the course of the last few weeks. I mean, just in general, when it comes to the support that we get for the content that we put out on our channels and stuff, it's very heartfelt to know that you guys are supporting and rocking with us the way you do. But let's jump into it, man. So this Ubisoft event, the Ubisoft Forward. Like, first of all, how do you feel about Ubisoft Forward? Do you think that's like the perfect name for what their digital event should be?
I don't really care much for it. It's kind of like all right, so what, Ubisoft Forward, I guess they can't go backwards.
I ain't gonna lie, bro, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, what? So backward must have been taken, but I guess you can't go backwards. That's what I was thinking to say, bro. Listen,
Greg just said I opened this on my phone and thought that said slow-mo dumbass. Hey, look, man, that can apply sometimes too. I will freely admit.
Oh man,
just like very rarely, like once in a blue moon when pigs fly, and it rains jellyfish, like in Watch Dogs. Whatever. I said Watch Dogs, Watchmen, whatever, man. Hey, look, this event. I will say though.
I mean, what you tell. So we'll go down chronological order on it. So we have. We had the long pre-roll that took an hour, which is his own thing. Watch Dogs Legion. What did you think when you first saw it?
That was probably so they did that little like short movie.
They did a short movie, which was fire.
Yeah, I like that. I actually really like how unique it is and how you can kind of choose. You get like a real team of operatives to choose from, and you can kind of choose how you want to tackle a particular mission. I like that. Like, what do you want? I didn't even know that you could recruit people who work for the corporation. So therefore you could actually infiltrate just by walking in and trying to be a spy. I was like, oh, that's fire. I like that. I think I probably will gravitate more towards the assassins and the guys that are more brute force, just because I like that action and I just want to headshot everybody.
Which assassin?
There was a guy that had like a suit on. They showed him. He was they said there was the part where they was
music.
No, there's the part they were talking about, like if you want to be really professional.
Yeah, and then they showed with the suit.
Yeah, the suit. Yeah. They like.
Are you serious? You don't know who that was?
No, who's that supposed to be?
Oh Lord, man, we gotta. So when that person, when they said we need a little bit more professionalism, and that person had a suit on, you didn't recognize that music that was playing while he was doing all that stuff.
Well, I was cooking dinner at the same time.
You was cooking dinner. Yo, you talking about the John Wick scene?
That was John. That's supposed to be John.
That's basically John Wick, bro.
He didn't look anything like John Wick.
No, it didn't have to look like John Wick. They literally just took the club scene.
They can't.
John Wick 1.
Did they say this is John Wick?
No, they didn't. They can't say it's John Wick. They can't say that.
It ain't John Wick.
Oh my god,
it's not John Wick, man.
Listen, man. Look,
not every assassin.
If
who's a white male is John Wick.
Listen, bro. Listen, I don't care what you say. You go back and look at that. Look, even Vaccine is saying it right there. Do you remember the John Wick scene? So listen, dude, if you go look at go to the Ubisoft stream, I guarantee you go into anybody's.
I'm not going back and looking,
or go watch anybody's live reaction when it happened.
He didn't have the hair. He didn't have the beard. He
had a mask on, first of all. So how can you even tell?
No, they did show him.
They showed him with the glasses on at first. No, did he look like John Wick in the face? Absolutely not. But the dude had a suit on it. We know John Wick is known for beating people to a pulp and doing gun
John
food.
Wick the only one that does that kind of. Is John Wick the only guy that does that kind of stuff with a suit on?
Oh my god!
I'm just saying. Come on, man. He's not John Wick.
Oh my god!
If he's as cool as John Wick, I'm gonna use him on every mission. But he's not John Wick.
Shout out to the Iron Lords podcast with the 20 stack. Brothers, I appreciate you. Currently editing audio, but I have to at least stop in for a hot minute to send some love to my bros, Lord Slow-Mo and Forte. Great to see the growth. Hashtag Iron Lord salute. Cog. I'm so proud of you, man. Y'all did an amazing job with that developer today. Y'all asked him some really hard questions. I felt like Lord Attic was literally trying to figure out all the secrets that were going on in Gears of War Tactics. Y'all had that man on a fire seat for a while, but that was a good interview, man. I really appreciated that show. It was fun, man. So shout out to you guys, and get the editing, man. I know how that is. But go ahead, Slow-Mo. He's talking about how that was not a John Wick scene. You need to go back and see it, because if you go see it, you will believe it was John Wick. They even played the John Wick movie. I mean, the music. So even you,
they really played the John Wick
that it was John Wick.
We're gonna be hearing about some copyright infringement going on real soon.
Not from us, because we're not gonna. I was thinking about making a video and talking about how John Wick is in that game, and then I thought about it. I was like, yeah, I think they might copyright DM Street Strike me with that music, because that's definitely straight out of John Wick.
Look, man, look, I'm getting past this because I'm arguing with you.
Moving on. Go ahead and talk. Well, you said you wanted to play with the assassin.
Stop the John Wick talk. It's not John Wick. Now, look, okay. I think I would say that was probably the most impressive game that they showed. Interesting that they showed it first, but it makes sense because out of the popularity of IPs, Watch Dogs is not their most popular IP. The first one was very hyped, and then did not live up to expectations on an epic level. The second one was improved, but people were already turned off by the Watch Dogs series, so they were just like didn't really really too interested in playing it, even though it was better. By the way, if you watch the show live for 1 minute, that's why I made sure I did. I made sure I got my 1 minute in. And then as I went off and did some other stuff, I let it run on Twitch on my computer, so to make sure that I got like that free Watch Dogs 2 PC version, which is supposed to be available tomorrow. Which made sense that they weren't going to have like.
Wait, how did you get it? Get a free copy?
They announced this a couple of days ago. They said if you watch the show live, you will get Watch Dogs 2 free on PC. And I said, oh, well,
how do you watch it? Where did you have to watch it live at? No,
on whatever streaming service that you have linked to your Ubisoft account. I watched it off Twitch, which is linked to my Ubisoft account. So I had to double check my account just to make sure that it was linked to it, so it should be good. And people were complaining because they were bombarding the Ubi app trying to download Watch Dogs 2, and of course with all the people who logged in to watch the stream just so they could get that game for free, they crashed Ubisoft servers. But Ubisoft says that it will be available for everyone tomorrow. Don't worry about it. We got you. We'll see.
Okay, so we're good. Okay, as long as I can, because I definitely don't own it on PC. Shout out to Basement Radio Arcade Podcast with the $2. What's going on, boss man? Sup to Slow-Mo and Forte. Appreciate you stopping by, bro. Can't wait to see exactly what we're going to all talk about on Wednesday. Actually, we haven't made a decision if it's going to be Wednesday or Thursday next week due to the Xbox event. So I guess, that's the week after next. So never mind. It is going to be Wednesday. I'm rambling. So yeah, man. So just to dive in, man, that game, the most impressive thing that I liked about it was, for one, the short that they showed at the beginning was fire. I almost felt like it kind of made the game not look as great, is because I just like the over the top stylization that they put in just presenting that game at the very beginning. But then once they started diving deeper into the customization of how the different players reacted and how you can just literally go into the overworld and just recruit people. Because I remember a while ago when they first announced this game, they talked about the old lady that you could recruit, and they actually had a little trailer based just around her. So now they just flushed it out with even more people that you can do it with. So
I'm definitely rocking with that old lady.
No, I'm definitely rocking with. Did you see she had the Desert Eagle in her hand? Yeah. And when she tased the one dude, and all of a sudden she's just rocking the DE in the other hand. I was like, look, man, grandma got some skills.
I could see so many like instances in the game where your enemies are going to be completely underestimating her, And so you could be like, you know, even try. I don't know if they're going to allow it, but like her skill set of kind of like playing dumb or playing old and out of touch, and I don't even know where I am. How'd they even get into this abandoned building with all this high tech security? Where are my pills? Pop, 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 pop. You know, like I just like that's how I envision it now. Like I've been like interested in that game ever since they showed her. I did also like the part where they had the construction worker who was using the nail gun.
The nail gun looks so fun.
Yo,
it's fun.
That I'm glad we're getting this out of the way first, because
the rest of it,
that's the only game I was impressed by. Everything else I was like,
All right, we'll get into it. So shout out to Basement Radio Arcade Podcast with the super $20 super chat. Appreciate it, bro. Not excited for Watch Dogs.
Sup, El Enrique.
Not excited for Watch Dogs, and Ubisoft is doing Splinter Cell dirty. All right, we're going to get into that Splinter Cell thing, because I didn't realize what they did to Splinter Cell. I didn't realize what they did to Splinter Cell until I got home, because I didn't watch Elite Squad until I got home. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God. I was like, listen. So we're going to get into that in a second. But yeah, so final thoughts is Ubisoft with Watch Dogs. Day one for you?
Day one. That's October, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm getting that day one.
Yeah, same, man. I have not been excited for a Watch Dogs game since they, flipped the script on us in the first one and showed us a game that actually didn't exist. So that's the last time I was excited. I mean, I played the last ones, but it was just kind of like more busy stuff.
Take it easy, hustle.
Yeah, see you later, hustle, man. Yeah, all the busy stuff. It just feels like this one is a little bit more fleshed out, and I think you could kind of make the adventure what you want to make it. Because I think, of course, there's going to be a scripted amount of people that you can actually go into the world and find. And I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of the same agents that's working for them. But the fact that they said anybody in the overworld can be an agent, I could just see some crazy dynamics happening on how people's teams and frame rate work out. So that's what I think about that. Well, that's what we think about that. So then they show. Well, listen, we're gonna just skip over the next. Go ahead.
Let me go in on Elite Squad a little bit, because Elite Squad.
We about to do Elite Squad. We about to do it. We about to do it now. I'm just saying. We just go in the chronological order. We're just gonna skip over the next team because I have to throw shade at it. Listen, you had an hour pre-show. There's no reason for you to show freaking mobile games on in a stream. I understand people were literally coming at me on Twitter saying that's marketing doesn't work that way. I'm literally like, wait a minute, who's watching this stream? Is it hardcore gamers? Is it casual people? Or is it people that just tripped and fell and found themselves into a stream on Ubisoft? Come on, man. Ain't nobody care. The people watching that stream don't care about mobile. Trust me.
They pulled the EA.
They did.
EA would do that. They in their E3 shows, they would show mobile games. It's just like, yo, who are you doing this for? Is this an investor's call? Like, investors care about you doing mobile games because they make a lot of money. They absolutely they make a ton of money. And I mean, even Sony has a mobile game that no one's ever heard of, but apparently makes a lot of money. But we don't care about that. With the vast majority of the audience that watches E3 and also these kind of events aren't mobile players. Mobile players are people who just go, I was just scrolling through Google Play and I saw this game. It looked interesting. I downloaded it. Now I'm just, I'm buying coins. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm buying more coins. Oh no, well, I spent $25. How'd that happen? That is, that's how it works. This is not that. Like, this is not that event, because no one who plays that kind of games even knows what a Ubisoft Forward is.
Sir, you said we don't need to harp on this anymore. I just felt like you had literally an hour pre-show that a lot of this could have been. And let's be for real. Let's be 100% honest with them. They didn't spend a lot of time on it. They literally probably spent 2 minutes on 3 different ones that they show, or 2 different ones that they show. Brawlhalla is really cool because my daughter plays that a lot on Xbox, so I kind of rock with that one, and it's cool. But the fact that you put it in the middle of a show where you could have just thrown it at the beginning of something that didn't have to be there, it's fine. But I just wanted to rant about that for a second. But yeah, let's get into this HyperScape. Man. Go ahead.
That Elite Squad is a mobile game as well, right?
It is. Yes, it is. When it's the other mobile game.
Yeah, when they showed the end of that trailer in the bottom right corner, they said download on Google Play. So I was like, yeah. But see, I heard about that game some months ago, and I heard people complaining about it because they was mad that they won't make another Splinter Cell, but they'll put Sam Fisher in Elite Squad.
So Logic Wins just said in the chat, he says, I think Splinter Cell is being saved for the Microsoft conference. Listen, well, I'm going to ask you, Somo. First of all, what do you think about that, if that's the case?
They're not making Splinter Cell.
That's what I think.
They're not. This has been talked about for so many times, and they've been trying. People have been saying that they wanted a Splinter Cell. The last thing I had heard was it was in development and it didn't get like pushed forward. It was canceled because they couldn't figure out how to monetize it. Right. Now, after you may have remembered about this, after the whole backlash and the complete bombing of Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and they started to realize what everyone has been saying about them for years, that all their games are very samey. It's that same Ubisoft formula over and over and over again. And of course it would be that way because they use the same dozens of studios who work on their games over and over. Like they use the same assets from other games for their future games. So of course everything would be very samey. They said then that they were going to change things up. They started canceling. They canceled a game from one of their studios in Canada. Can't remember which studio it was. They canceled the game. A lot of other games got delayed and pushed back because they were going to revamp some things and try to make each game feel unique from other games. Now, Watch Dogs Legion feels unique.
Yeah, but it does.
The rest of this stuff, it's, it maybe with that whole uniqueness thing about, and also with how the fact that there's rumors that they might do a single player cover shooting game that would be in the same universe as The Division,
right?
And maybe now that they're actually are looking towards doing games that aren't just online multiplayer, 4-player co-op PvP games that can be monetized with microtransactions, that they may actually do a Splinter Cell.
Right.
Maybe they'll pick it back up. But as far as seeing that at the second Ubisoft Forward later this year, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, that's where I fall, because I want to believe.
What's up, Thrash? Got Thrash in the chat.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I just hit him up. So yeah, I rock with you on that, man. But the only disappointing thing for me is if you're gonna use Splinter Cell in this manner, and I'm not saying that it's not a good way to use it, because it is an IP that you own and stuff. And if you're gonna do this collection, like, shout out to the chat for saying it's like the Ubisoft version of Hero Gotcha. So if you're gonna do that, I get with it, but at least give us something of substance for the people that enjoy that type of game. Like, we haven't had a true stealth game like Splinter Cell since the first Dishonored, because Dishonored is the closest thing I could think of as an action stealth game that was actually really good, because I really rock with both the Dishonored games. But Splinter Cell is one of those games that, first of all, is really synonymous with Xbox, just because of the goggles, the sound effects, and everything. I mean, it was on Xbox initially, and I want to believe that that's a thing, but at this point, there's been so many people. Shout out to Rand Outdoor. I remember 3 E3s ago, he was like, Splinter Cell's going to be shown, and it wasn't. Then the next E3, Splinter Cell's going to be shown here, and it wasn't. And then he got to the point where he said, skip Splinter Cell. They're never going to make this. I don't want to hear about Splinter Cell because they're never going to remake it. So I don't know. It's disappointing that the first time you see Sam Fisher is in shell shaded form, busting Suelo out from Wildlands.
He's a good villain though. He's a very good villain. Like,
Suelo was that beast though. When I saw him, I was like, that's where
you
Suelo
knew exactly who he was
because
he's got like the best face tattoo ever.
Yes.
If you're gonna get a face tattoo, I mean, like I wouldn't recommend it.
No.
Ever. But if you're going to do it, it needs to be epic. And his face tattoo is epic. Like that's some like, man, you really went all out with that one. But yeah, like as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, I know what this is. This is that squad game. But
yeah, exactly. So
yeah.
Man. So yeah, we definitely we rock with what they're trying to do, and I understand it. It's just that I wish they would have did something that we would appreciate. Not saying we don't appreciate you just making an IP, but because everybody wants new IP, but do something traditional with the character that everybody fell in love with in the first place. And
exactly
that's what we're missing.
Should do a crossover with something, like put him in. I mean, like they had him in Wildlands, but it was for like one mission, and it wasn't even like you didn't even get a chance to control him. It was just like he's just kind of there and talking to you. It's just like this is not what people want.
They could have put him in Watch Dogs and made him one of the super hard versions of an agent you can equip in the game.
That needs to be.
That should have been a thing.
That needs to be. It needs to be downloadable content. That needs to be a DLC. Like it needs to be
about that.
It needs to be in there now. Like you have to do that now.
Yes, I was like, if you're gonna put him in that, you literally made a game that literally has people that you can recruit. I don't care how hard. Do you know what the levels of stuff I would go to find a way to unlock freaking Sam Fisher in the game? Oh man, I don't care if I got to beat the game you got to beat the game first before you do it. I would do it again just to do it.
That kind of game and Watch Dogs Legions, I absolutely would like. If they was like $5 for Sam Fisher, I'm like, all right, so.
All right.
I'll put $5 down to play that. Yeah, like this is why I don't understand how they just they don't get what people think and what people want out of their games. And I mean, which is going to be a theme, I think, with our comments for the rest of this show. Yeah. Well, what was next, man?
HyperScape. First of all, it's free. You could download it now. Well, you said
I've already played HyperScape.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So when they revealed it, like
you think, brother, because I didn't play it. I just installed it today.
So they did the same kind of marketing strategy that EA did with Apex Legends. You know, like how Apex Legends was just like this stealth launch out of nowhere. Just one day you wake up and EA had dropped a battle royale game that was actually pretty good. And then they had Ninja and Shroud and every popular streamer you can think of playing the game ahead of time. They paid them. And Ubisoft did the same thing. They paid a whole bunch of the most popular streamers, Myth. I can't think of who else. Anyone else who's popular and not in flux right now, like Dr. Disrespect, Ninja, and Shroud, and all of them. But they paid the top streamers on all the top platforms to play Hyperspace. And if you watched any of those streamers play it, you got a free link to download the game. So I was like, I didn't even know that. So I was just kind of watching someone that I knew play it, and I was like, it looks okay. And then I got the notification, the email that I could download it, and I was like, oh, all right, well, let me try it out. So it's a battle royale game. One. So like I'm not really into those like that. So this is not going to be a game that I'm going to play. But if you are into battle royale games, this isn't the worst one. It's a little bit different in the sense that they have like these jump pads or something. So it's like and so it takes place in this big city. I do like how you can customize your characters a lot. Although, I mean, I don't see what the purpose is like that. Pretty much the same complaint people have had with Cyberpunk, where like, what's the purpose of having your characters be highly customizable if it's a first-person shooter? Like, you don't see your character for the majority of the time. Other people do, but the shooting mechanics are very good. I can tell they use assets from Rainbow Six Siege, because it feels like Rainbow Six Siege when I'm aiming down sights and shooting. The just the gunplay, the recoil of the weapons, it's they got Siege assets in that, which is good because Rainbow Six Siege feels good to me. When you die, they got the whole aspect of Apex Legends where someone can bring you back, but it's a lot more fast paced and more frequent. I think, by the fact, Modern Warfare has the same thing, but in Modern Warfare, you gotta fight out of a gulag, or have someone pay to have you come back. In this, it's just you gotta run to like a station, and there are many of them all over the city, and then you just bring that person back. So it's essentially, when you want to take out a team, you need to completely wipe that team, so that if you leave one person alive, they're going to bring their people back.
Right.
But what they did, what I thought was somewhat smart, is not say, oh, you can just bring them back at any little waypoint station. It's the closest one to where they died. So if you wanted to, like, there's like, if this is what happened to me in 2 randoms, we killed 2 out of a group of 3. One of them ran away. We camped out the waypoint spot, waiting for him to come back, try to get his boys back. And then he tried to sneak attack us from behind, and we just killed him and just moved on. So there's some strategy in it, and like, I only did like 2 matches, and we were already kind of like me and just random people already coming up with some random strategies to work with. I've seen some other streamers continue to play it. I didn't play it beyond that day because, like I said, I don't really care about battle royale games like that. But this isn't the worst one. I think this is very much more so in the vein of like Apex Legends, and the only thing of it that's really super unique is these jump pads that you can like bounce up to a roof and stuff like that. But give me one moment, I'll be right back. All right.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
So guys, first of all, what did you guys think of the event up to that point, or just the event in general? Were you excited for it? Is there anything that you guys wanted to see more of? I see a couple people talking. Let's see what Steel says. What happened to Beyond Good and Evil 2? Funny thing is, they showed that off in the pre-show. I was like, you literally they didn't show any gameplay. They just showed a CGI or cinematic cutscene and stuff. So I was kind of baffled by that. Especially, I was like, well, if they're showing this here, that means they got some really good stuff to show during the show. And for the most part, they did, except for that mobile part. And that mobile part, I was like, listen, and I didn't even think about Good and Beyond Evil until you said this in the chat. And I'm like, that literally should have took the place of what they showed, because it looks interesting. But like I said, until we get some gameplay with Ubisoft, you just can't trust it.
Right. I am back.
Just had somebody
emergency for my daughter who screamed her head off, and I run to her and she's like, Daddy, there's a spider. I'm like,
yeah, man. So Vaccine and them was and a couple people Stills Forever was talking about what happened to Good and Beyond Good and Evil 2, and
that's a good question.
The fact that they showed it they showed the trailer during the pre-show, and I was like, listen, like I just told them, I was like, and I think this is probably why, even though they only showed a little bit of mobile games during the show, it just was weird to know that. Could I just automatically say, oh, if they're showing that here during the pre-show, they got a packed show, which for the most part they kind of did. But as soon as I saw,
so? I didn't think it was a packed show.
Well, I mean, packed show just for the stuff that they wanted to show. Like they showed their main titles they were releasing, And outside of that, everything else was mobile. The mobile part was the question mark for me. If they would have just took the mobile stuff out and put Beyond Good and Evil 2 in the spot right there, I'm not saying the show would have been like an 8 out of a 10. It would have just been a lot better for me, because I felt like what they showed in the pre-show for that was like, even though it was just cinematics and stuff, I thought it was still interesting. I just don't trust Ubisoft when it comes to gameplay for stuff like that until I actually see gameplay.
Yeah. They've lost the benefit of the doubt when it comes to that.
Exactly.
Now that I'm back, what did you? Okay, so based off of my impressions of playing HyperScape and what you saw, what did you think of that game?
Nothing like what you just said it was by playing it. Like looking at it, no, well, not like I did get the Apex Legends feel. I did get that. I didn't even know that they had revive stations, even though you just would at the point you would just assume they do, because every last BR has them at this point now.
Except for Fortnite, right?
No, Fortnite has them now.
Of course they adapt. Of course they.
Oh, yeah, they were the first ones. As soon as that happened, Fortnite was like, that's a great idea. So you can, I think I don't play Fortnite. So if I'm wrong, I know they do have that, but I don't know if it's certain modes that have it. But I asked everybody, shout out to Thrash. He said 5 out of 10 for the show. Salty, what's up, Salty? Thanks for stopping by, bro. He's saying 4 out of 10. Hustles and Motivates back. He said the show was a mid, so he said Beyond Good and Evil 2. I'm really looking forward to seeing that game. So were all of us, but if you didn't watch the pre-show, you didn't see it at all. So
but the shows have been so bad that I think this one is actually better than the EA Play show they did.
Oh well, that's not saying anything.
I know it's not. That's why I said the shows have been that bad this year.
You're absolutely right. I mean, everything I said, like I told you, the only thing that saved the EA Plays stream for me was Star Wars, and it wasn't even that it was good. It's just that if you're a Star Wars fan, you've been starving for something good from Star Wars for so long that when it seems competent, you get excited. So that was the only thing that made it good, in my opinion. And even that wasn't enough to like say it was like this 6 out of 10 show, which is still failing in my eyes. But when it comes
I don't want to give it a grade, but we can do the grades at the end.
Well, I was talking about that wasn't about that was EA Play. But but when it comes to what you were talking about, I'm interested in it. I'm not really huge into BR. I did play a lot of Apex Legends because it was this is the thing about BRs. The reason a lot of people love them is for that gratification of climbing that mountain and getting to the top. I get that. As being a person that loves PvP games and really diving into them, I rock with that. The problem is I don't rock with all of them because I don't rock with the whole having to sit there and like my game being over if I make the wrong decision and I got to sit out for however long, especially if you're in a team setting, that can last forever. Now, if you're doing solos, it's a lot more tolerable. But the reason Apex really messed with me is because, let's be for real, Titanfall, everybody mixed with Apex when it came out because it's made by Respawn Entertainment, and the only thing they made that was pretty incredible was Call of Duty, and they made Titanfall, which both were bangers. So I'm going to try this even if I don't like BRs, and it was easily my favorite one that's out as of right now. But
let me tell you why I don't care about Battle Royale.
Go ahead.
So when Fortnite first came out, it was Fortnite Save the World, right?
Yes, it was just a single player.
Right, and I thought that was an interesting concept. So the early access was like $40. So I dropped down $40 for it. Cool. I played it. It was okay. It needed some work. I didn't play it often, but I played it. You could build your own fort, and it stayed like your own little instance of a huge, humongous fort that would get randomly attacked by aliens. It was just like, it was all right. Then when PUBG blew up and they said, let's take their idea and do that. and they did better, of course, because Unreal is their thing. And I started playing it. I played it pretty frequently when it first came out, but once I won, I just lost all desire to ever play Battle Royale again.
Yeah.
And it's not like I've won in PUBG before. I've won in Fortnite before. I barely played Apex and haven't played it long enough to ever. Actually, no, I did win in one in Apex before, and I won in Modern Warfare's Warzone the first time I did it. Like the first time I played with Enrique and one of Enrique's friends. First time in there, we wiped everybody and won. It's just, it doesn't present a challenge to me.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, like I remember when Fortnite first came out on Switch, and I was like, "Yo, this is not even fair."
Oh no, that was not fair.
It was just because they were matching you with people who were on mobile with like touch controls. And it was just, I was playing with a guy. I was just kind of looking at him, and he's trying to shoot me, and I'm just like slowly moving to the left, and he would miss. And then I will let him like line his aim up just right. Then I will move to the right before he was shooting. He would miss again. I just got tired of playing with the guy, just headshot him and moved on. It was just, it's too easy. And I know people will be like, "Oh, you're saying it's too easy." I'm like, look, I'm not saying I'm like the greatest ever. It's just that it doesn't present a challenge for me. Therefore, it's boring. And I just don't want to play him. Now, I think probably if I tried to play Apex now, I would get washed. Because Apex is a little bit more competitive, and I see a lot of people playing it, but I probably would be dominating in a short period of time if I played it. And it's just like, I'd much rather play things when it comes to PvP that present more of a challenge.
Right.
So that's every now and then I get that itch. I load up Destiny. I play Crucible.
I was going to ask you, Destiny's more of a challenge for you, isn't it?
Yeah. I play competitive. That's the only thing I do in Destiny. I don't play anything else. I don't care about the story. The story's garbage. I don't care about the Guardians. I don't care about them idiots in the tower. I don't care about their stupid stories. I don't care about the darkness is coming. Who gives a shit? All that's trash storytelling. Everyone knows it. All I care about is shooting people, PvP, and someone actively trying to kill me back. That's it. That's all I care about. I think right now with I was going to bring it up. They didn't show the Division at all either. And I know the Division is a game that's been out already, but they show Rainbow Six Siege. And they did this
they show Quarantine during the pre-show.
Did they show any? Okay, I didn't watch the pre-show.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They show more in like when it comes to games that are exciting and things that people was like, I don't know what's going on with this franchise. They showed it in the pre-show. They just talked about the things that they wanted to talk about during the show, which to their credit is their prerogative, and if that's what they want to show off. But like I said,
you know this. Do you remember last year they were talking about how they were disappointed with the Division 2 sales, and they were disappointed with Ghost Recon, Breakpoint sales. Notice what was missing out of this Ubisoft Forward.
Those games. They showed them in the pre-show though.
Oh, wait, so they did show. Okay, all right, my bad.
Oh, they showed Breakpoint DLC in the pre-show. They talked about Division stuff in the pre-show.
What exactly did they say about the Division? Because literally right now, Division players are like,
I saw Division and I tuned out. You know how I am.
Yeah, the Division players are just kind of like, I don't know what's going on with this game right now.
Vaccine just said, well, the Rainbow Six, everybody knows about Rainbow Six because they actually put that in the main show, and it was just basically a celebration of 60 million players.
But they still didn't even talk about Quarantine.
No, they talked about it in the pre-show. And they didn't talk about it. They showed a trailer.
Why are you having relevant stuff that people want to see?
That's what I was talking about.
Pre-show. It's the pre-show. No one cares about the pre-show.
Now you see why the pre-show is an hour long, slow-mo. Now you see why. The pre-show, like to me, watching the pre-show was like I was confused for a while.
The pre-show was better than the main show.
I was like, yeah, because we knew what was going to be. I mean, outside of Watch Dogs, because Watch Dogs was fire. Outside of that, we saw Far Cry. Far Cry was leaked the day before, so it was no excitement there. We did get to see a more extensive trailer.
Why did they leak
during
that?
The show? Say what?
Why did they leak that?
Listen, man, I don't know. All right, well, that's the last. That's the last.
Amazing avail. You got I can't remember his first name, but Esposito's his last. Yes. The guy from Breaking Bad.
The best motion capturing I ever seen in a game.
That mocap was amazing.
That mocap, like when I was looking at it, bro, when he fired up that cigar. And he puffed out. I mean, of course, that was in the leak, so we saw that earlier. Yeah. But when he was sitting there talking to Diego, I was like, "Listen, bro, the whole story about the pieces of the grenade and how it comes together and how the people are literally what this grenade are, but instead of the people having three pieces, it's only two." Is you and the people. Him explaining that to him, I was like, bro, this right here, you are literally seeing somebody is going to win Best Actor of the Year, or not Actor of the Year, but
even like voice actor, like at the VGA. Well, literally. VGAs of 2021 because it ain't coming out to February. But look. We've always said this about Far Cry. They have the best villains.
The
villains are the highlight of it. Like the cult leader in Far Cry 5. Like he was so charismatic. Like you really could see like that voice actor was really having fun playing that role.
Who was it? Pagan Man? Not Pagan Man. That was 4.
5 was
I
can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah, I can't think.
But he had his whole family was
that's something. I remember his family's name.
Brother, his sister, and I think his cousin or whatever were all running all the different areas. You know how you kill
somebody in the chat will tell us because I'm drawing blanks right now. I remember Voss and Pagan Man because they were freaking incredible.
Yeah. I'm confused though. Who do you play one of the rebels in the country, or do you play his son? I don't know who you play. I mean, great trailer and perfect actor for that role. Perfect. I'm looking forward to it. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because I'm so sick of the Far Cry. I'm so sick of these games, but I'm gonna end up playing it because I like the villains.
Yeah,
I gotta like the villains because the protagonist, the person you are, is never like anyone important.
Yeah.
Always just a nameless, faceless dude who just showed up in the area. I just got here. Oh, what's going on? Oh, here's some big bad guy.
Mm-hmm. I just got shot out of a helicopter.
Let me go take him out. It's the same thing over and over again, but the villains are always really fun. So
yeah, I agree. I mean, outside of that, I mean, just seeing that trailer, seeing that mocap, I was like, listen, man, we got to see in practice what it looks like in game now. But when it comes to that trailer, I was like, dude, best mocap I've ever seen when it comes to that trailer. Now, how it works in the game, we'll see. But I think that's front runner right there.
It would be typical Ubisoft if the mocap in that trailer is the best mocap you get out of that game. And the mocap in the game is like jittery and his like mouth is twitching all weird. And
oh man, you already making me. We'll find out soon. It comes out in February, which February is the new holiday now, it seems.
Yeah.
February 2021. So
it'll probably get delayed to like May, which is typical.
Yeah. So all right. So it's really not that much to dive into when it comes to Far Cry. We pretty much knew exactly what's going on.
We said that Far Cry 6, Danny Roya. You know what? I'm not good at
Rojas or whatever. You'll be playing a revolutionary leader named Danny Rojas, who can be either a male or female character. That's the Okay, cool. Appreciate that. Well, like I said, I don't know who the hell that is because it seems like just a regular character they just made up
A
and
random person. It's just
a random person they gave a
you're
name
never
to.
going to see their face.
Right. So basically,
And whether it being male or female, I mean, they may have like did some voice acting for that character with a male or a female. So
look, Vaccine, you can literally take your name and put it and replace it with that name.
Yeah,
that's basically, so you are the character in Far Cry 6. So
yeah, it's the whole every man / every woman thing that like is just really
Rojas.
boring.
It's for not
Rojas,
which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna play it just because
same.
But it's probably like Far Cry 5. I'm gonna be really having fun in the first half of it, but if it's the typical Ubisoft formula, I'm gonna get really tired and just want it to end as quickly as possible in the second half. That's how I felt about 4 and 5. I just
got tired of stuff popping up on your map.
Yeah, but it's like every time you go into an area, it's like, oh, here are these random missions. They're all just like the random missions from the previous area you just cleared. And then you go talk to someone, and he tells you everything that you need to do in this area to make the people of that area feel better about their predicament. You go do those missions. You come back to him. He goes, "Thank you. You are so great." La 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 la. Then you go you get intel on where the boss of that area is. You hunt him down. You shoot him in the face. The area is cleared. Then you go to the next area. Wash, rinse, repeat until they have finally unlocked the big bad guy, and then you can go after him. And it's the same formula.
So let me ask you this, Slobo. And let's be clear, we're gonna play the game. I don't want people to think that this is just a formula, and everybody will tell you what the Ubisoft formula is. That's just what this formula. And until they change the formula and give us something different, this is all we have to look forward to. Yeah, so even if the game is really interesting and it seems like it's going to be something cool, like the first thing I thought of when I asked him about stuff popping up on a map, as much as I'm excited for Watch Dogs, we're literally going to have 3 games within a 6-month period that are going to have that type of mechanic from Ubisoft. Literally, wherever you go, there's going to be something that pops up, and it's going to be like that intuition is going to be like, I need to go over there and do it. I need to clean the map out. I need to do this.
Or depending how big the map is.
Especially depending on how big the map is.
Because like in Odyssey, look, I know a lot of people enjoy Odyssey, and I think it's a quality game. I'm not really throwing
shade at
Odyssey.
They showed a little snippet of the map for Valhalla.
Do you want to transition into Valhalla now?
We can, because Far Cry, we pretty much we don't know enough about it, but we just saw a trailer. We just know that the mocap looks incredible, and we're excited.
Is the map in Valhalla bigger than the map in Odyssey?
It is bigger.
Oh God,
it's bigger, and it's more. They divide the areas up. It seems like a little bit better than they did in Odyssey. The regions.
Jeez,
because you can see your influence in the regions.
I don't want anything to do with that. Well, I'm telling you, look, like whatever slight bit of enthusiasm I have for that game has died. I just cannot deal with how big these new Assassin's Creed RPGs are. That's what we'll call them now, because you need to be able to tell the difference between the newer Assassin's Creed, from Origins, Odyssey, and now Valhalla, from the older ones, which were stealth games. This is now Assassin's Creed is now an RPG. It has nothing to do with assassinating people, really.
That's a good question. That Vaccine not a question, but a statement that he made. How much is Ubisoft Uplay Plus a month?
It's $15 a month.
So so none of these games come out in the same month, so you got to buy them all 3 different months. But for literally $45, you could play all 3 of those games over the course of that 1 month that they come out.
Well, with Far Cry 6, you probably could beat it within that month. So That might be something I might do. I might sign up
that looks very
and then,
enticing to be able to do it. I mean, you could do all 3 of those games in that 1 month. It just depends on how much you want to dedicate to that one game during that 1 month.
You can't finish Valhalla if you.
No. I'm saying you can't finish if you play Valhalla every day, and that's the only game you play for that month. You can more than likely beat it and finish it. But that's what I'm saying. It comes down to your dedication level to just playing nothing but that game. That's the only way you're going to do it, though.
You want to have, and how much grinding do you want to do?
Well, I listened to we was on Scumcast yesterday, and shout out to Maslin. He said he had 180 hours in Odyssey, which is ridiculous to me. And it sounds funny coming from a person that has over 3,000 hours in Destiny 2. But I literally cringe when I hear someone say they have 180 hours in Odyssey.
I think I may have 20, 25 hours in it. I've tried to play the game 3 different times.
He said, I tried, but you failed every time, huh?
Yeah, I just can't finish it. I just can't. It's just, I lose interest.
So from what you saw of Odyssey, because we seen gameplay, we seen trailer setup, we seen all that stuff. What is your thoughts on the game in general?
I do like how it seems like you have a crew. The crew's a little bit more important, and you can gain allies. I think that aspect is cool, a little different. I like that. I kind of want to see where that goes, see it more fleshed out, maybe see some gameplay from it at some point before it comes out. The combat seems a bit more fluid than it was with Odyssey, and that looked okay, but everything else, I thought the way the characters looked, I was really disappointed with that. I didn't really like. I actually thought that the way the characters are designed, their facial expressions, all of that stuff with Odyssey looked better. And I know this game, big old flashing work in progress on the screen. It's not complete yet, but I was just disappointed because it looked so current gen, and I even seen better in current gen. It's just
did you see the meme of current gen versus last gen with the picture of Dina from Last of Us with the main protagonist from Assassin's Creed, and it had previous gen and current gen? And Dina looks so much better.
Yes, and it's almost, no, I'm not gonna say it's not fair.
Now, granted, it's great assault because Last of Us is a narrative-driven linear game, so it's smaller in scope. Normally, games like this don't look as well. It probably would have been better off if they would have compared it to like something like Red Dead Redemption, because I still think the same thing would apply, because Red Dead Redemption character animations and facial looks amazing.
Yeah, and that's what I said. Like, it's almost unfair because the developers, like whatever dozen studios, and I know like people will hear that and they were like, well, how is it not fair? Naughty Dog is one developer, and Ubisoft uses like half a dozen to make their games. It's that, but all those, like, you combine all those developers that Ubisoft used to make this game, and they don't have the same number total of all the people that were working on The Last of Us Part 2 for Naughty Dog. They don't even equal the same number, nor do they have the budget and time that Sony allows Naughty Dog to have to make their game. Like, that game came out, the first one came out at the end of last gen, and this one came out at the end of this gen. They had the entire current gen to make that game. Ubisoft don't give. Can you imagine a developer wanting that much time from Ubisoft to make a game? No, you're not getting that. You got 2 years. Make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to figure it out. And so it's that's what I said. It's like, it's almost unfair. Like, and I would agree with you. The only real developer you can really compare to them is Rockstar, because they're the only one that gets the same number of resources, developers, time, and money to
They get a lot of time.
The game is ready when it's ready,
Yep.
not at a certain particular date. They're the only developers I know that really have it like that. So
yeah, I agree. I told this story many a times. I've never been into Assassin's Creed, not because I don't think they're amazing looking games or anything. I'm one of those people that if I can't go back and play the first one, because even though they have nothing to do with the original story with Ezio and everything anymore, and they're completely separate from that stuff, it's just the thing about not having played 1, 2, 3 Brotherhood, and it's like I really don't. It's like I don't want to have any type of attachment to it. So sooner or later, I'm probably going to just jump in and just say screw it and do it. But I'm also in that camp that when I see a game that's this big, I just instantly my mind blanks out and turns off because I'm like, I can't invest in 2 games like that, especially knowing that, well, not knowing, but having these rumors pop up that Halo's going to be heading down that same direction. And I definitely want to put time into that. And if that's the case, I don't want to be burned out on that type of gameplay, just the open world adventure.
It depends on how it's implemented.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It depends on how it's implemented. But like I said, we can only go off of the Ubisoft formula that we know.
Right. But then that's also like the worst example of that, that kind of implementation of that.
That's
like
true.
I would say
that's true.
If you look at the same similar time and money and resources, a Red Dead 2 with that huge map that you have, that huge county that you have, where you could literally go anywhere. Once you got past Act 1, where you're out of snow, and you make your first camp, you could literally go anywhere in that entire map and just do whatever you wanted. You could take however long you wanted to get back to the main story. You want to go over and kill the clan, and their clan meeting in the woods in the middle of the night. Go do that. If you want to go up to that cabin where the woman is and meet her whenever you want, you can do that. You can go wherever. Yeah, you can just do whatever you wanted to do. And considering that 343 has had the same amount of time, well, maybe not as much time, but definitely the same.
Well, nobody gets Grand Theft Auto time or Rockstar time.
But those the same resources, the same amount of money.
Easily, even more money.
Yeah, and a number of people they got working on it. Hey, that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting if you're going to go open world on that Halo ring, I want to just get in a Warhog and just drive.
Right.
I want to see just random stuff pop up. I want to see some different stuff. I don't want rails. I don't want to be linear unless I'm doing a mission. So,
man. So that's really all that we have. I mean, it was an okay show. It wasn't the greatest show. I won't say it was a failing show because Watch Dogs did actually help and make me want to purchase the game. But when it comes to the rest of the stuff, what you see? What's up? Anything new?
No, just some guy in the chat with So
what's your final take on the show?
All right, so I think it's a failing show, and here's why.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Assassin's Creed Valhalla showed very well.
Okay.
Far Cry 6, cool. Cool. It'll be just a trailer, but great villain. I'm excited for that.
Yep.
Watch Dogs Legions looks good. Everything else, doodle droppings. Literally doodle droppings, everything else.
Pigeons, like smallest pigeons?
Yeah. It's just bad. And the fact that where is Beyond Good and Evil 2?
In the pre-show.
Right. The pre-show.
In the pre-show.
This is stuff that you should have in the main show. You have it as an afterthought in the pre-show. It's like they still don't get what people actually want. And yeah, for me, it's a 5 out of 10. It's a 5 out of 10 show. It's better than EA Play, but I mean that's not saying much.
That's not saying much.
Yeah, not at all.
So
what about you, man?
Yeah, I'm probably right with you. I'm probably a little one higher just because I kind of don't hold. I didn't have a problem with the show in general. My biggest problem was just the fact that they had mobile in there, and a lot of the good stuff that they showed was in the pre-show. And I was like, Jesus,
you put mobile in the pre-show, and
that's what I'm saying.
Those other games in your main show,
exactly. So it's like
flip that.
So me being a person that saw the pre-show, even though it wasn't part of the main show, I did get a chance to see some of that stuff. So I don't go as low as a 5. I give them a 6. But if they would have flipped that stuff around, I probably would have gave them a 7. Yeah. But yeah, because I'm not as hard on them when it comes to the formula, the stuff that I saw. Like Assassin's Creed never really was something that interested me in the first place, just because I've never played any of them. Far Cry is just more of the same to me. The boss, the protagonist is like, I mean, the antagonist is like literally the reason I am excited for that game. What's up, Luca? It's literally the reason I'm excited for that game. And then when it comes down to Legions, they won me over with that trailer. And then the short film in the beginning got me excited, and then just diving deeper into the way that you could customizations and play with your characters and stuff, that kind of put it over the top for me. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Wasn't great. They could have probably got better if they would have moved some stuff around, but they can't be treating Splinter Cell that way they've been treating them, and that's kind of crazy. But that's really my thoughts on it. But you got anything else you want to say? Because there's one more thing, a bonus question I want to ask you. But is there anything else about the stream that you want to say before we move to that?
I'm not even surprised. That's all what I want to say. I expected this level of meh from Ubisoft.
This level of meh.
Yeah.
All right. So I am about to share my screen. Let's see here.
This is disgusting. What is going on in the chat? Y'all need to stop this stuff, okay? This I'm not even going to say that on air because it's disgusting.
All right. So we are going to share my Twitter real quick. So share. Do you see that?
Hold up.
Do you see this?
I see. Okay, I see it.
You see this very top tweet.
Click on. Okay, yeah, there we go. I didn't even know you could do this in StreamYard now. That's pretty awesome.
Yes, it's pretty awesome. So in console gaming, if one got to go, which would it be and why? Tell me.
Wait, what your console exclusives up there?
Tell me. Yeah, tell me.
Backwards compatibility, paid online multiplayer. I would choose that. Online gaming services. Is that 20% for console exclusives?
So tell me, what do you think when you see this poll? Because it went the way I thought it would go. I just didn't expect one number to be as high as it was.
Yo, all right, look.
Let's talk about this, man. And shout out, and trust me, anybody, this isn't a shot because I love all you guys. If anybody that's in this chat picked one of these different things, thank you for participating in the poll. I just found it real funny to see what these numbers were.
Chat, if they voted in the poll,
yes,
what did they choose? And if you didn't vote in the poll, what would you choose?
What would you choose? So yeah, shout out to the chat on that one.
I'm definitely choosing paid online multiplayer because that can go in the bushes. That can get up out of here. We can throw that in garbage right now. 20% chose console exclusives. This I'm probably gonna make some people angry by saying this, but I think I know a particular subset of this gaming community that would choose that. You want to know why they would choose it? It's because their particular platform of choice doesn't really do console exclusives like that, and they have to, or they feel compelled to agree with everything that they say. Unless some people were thinking about how, because the term console exclusives was started with Xbox, and now even you could look at the PlayStation show, even they was saying console exclusive, which means it's going to PC, but it's also, you know, you can only, if you want, you got a console, you're only going to be able to get it on a PlayStation.
Right.
That whole dynamic, I don't know if people were just like, they're tired of seeing that, or they just don't believe in exclusives, period. Which, that's weird to me. That's just weird to me.
Death Floyd was like, that was Forte with a bunch of stock accounts. Lucas said Forte got a bunch of bots with him. Listen, shout out to homeboy, fellow scum lord, supervillain says, who voted for console exclusives? That's some funny shit there. So shout out to whoever did it, man. You made my day with that one. I literally put that in there just as a throwaway one because I was like, nobody's gonna pick console exclusive, especially when you got paid multiplayer there. And I was like, 20% of people picked it, which is, and right now this poll is up to almost what, 500. So that means a good
20%,
100 people have 100 people said console exclusive. So, oh man, I don't know what to say. And then shout out to some, I forget who said it. Somebody said it. It was like, listen, he's like, man, everybody that voted for console exclusives was an Xbox fan. He said they must be Xbox fans.
I mean, yeah.
I retweeted it and I retweeted it and followed him just because I was like, listen, man, that's bold as heck, but it made me laugh.
It's just honest. It is what it is. Like, that's the side that, not all of them. Let me not
all of no.
Xbox
this is just joking at this point. This
is the hardcore bleed green.
Yes.
You know, I need a firmware upgrade because I'm buying so hard. Xbox fanboy that believes that. You know, not all of them believe that. You know what I'm saying? And when I say they need a firmware upgrade, they need Windows updates, they need everything to get on the same page as like other gamers, because it's just like literally rinse anything that comes out of the executive branch of Xbox division is just, they repeat it word for word like it's now the gospel.
Shout out to Vas of Death Floyd. He told me right on. He's like, listen, Forte, I picked the wrong one by accident because he meant to pick multiplayer, online multiplayer, but at least he didn't pick console exclusives.
Good. I'm fine.
He picked backwards compatibility. So I was like, oh, you in the clear. I said, long as you ain't clear. And I did it on purpose. I literally separated them because I was thinking, like, if I put them next to each other, a lot of people could say, oh, I accidentally pushed the wrong one. No, they're literally on opposite ends of the spectrum. So if you clicked it, you meant to click it.
You meant to.
You meant to click it. Dog, today has been a very interesting day in just gaming in general, man. It's pretty cool to know that we have an audience out there that's willing to listen to us talk about the things that we like to talk about. Shout out to everybody that came through to the show. Luca, Vaseline, Steel, Blaze 4K. You guys are all amazing. I'm not gonna hold my boy Slow-Mo up anymore because he's tired. He wants to go to sleep. That Red Bull probably about to run out.
I killed that Red Bull about 45 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, so yeah. I feel you fading, brother. So, what you got to say to the people, Slow-Mo, before we get up out of here?
I'm gonna say for ABBA, let's slow down on hoping people get sick. Let's not do that. I understand how you feel, but let's not. You know, I don't wish that upon them. But I appreciate everybody that showed up in the chat. I think we hit up to like 23 watching. I appreciate you guys rocking out with us real impromptu on a Sunday evening. You guys enjoy your nights, enjoy the games you're playing, if you even play games. And check me out on my YouTube channel, Slow Mo Backslap, like the name right here. And I make, if you aren't aware of what I do, I make videos on games of all platforms. Sometimes I just talk about what's going on in the industry at that time, and just give my thoughts on it, the typical. So appreciate that if you join, and I'm gonna drop the link as soon as I can freaking find it. And I'm out, man.
Yeah, man. As always, appreciate you and the time that you spend with me, man. We go back and forth a lot on a lot of things, and have really good conversations. So I really appreciate that.
Ain't really been much to argue about.
Well, that's the thing, though. We don't have to argue.
We get into that Xbox show.
Look, man, I don't want to argue about the Xbox show, man. I want to be happy during that show. I want to be happy. If I'm not happy, then I'm going to be mad.
Be happy. You can't be happy.
So I got to temper expectations?
No, I'm joking here. I'm joking. Look, it could be a great show. It could be awesome. It could be a colossal failure. I'm just gonna say however I feel about it. I'm gonna speak my feelings on it, and if it's bad, I'm just gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know it's pretty damn bad. But it is what it is. We'll see. We might have some disagreements with that one, but
I don't think
we got 11 days.
11 days. 11 days to formulate all the different things that you want to say bad about Xbox in a 1.5 hour live stream.
Look. I'm not that guy.
You're not that guy. You're not that guy. Just like that made that Will and Jada Smith meme of her saying entanglement in a song for like 30 seconds. Dude, let's talk about it. Internet is undefeated in everything that happens when it comes to stuff like this. Because I know when you saw it, bro, I was like, listen, bro.
The video from The Fresh Prince where Will's dad leaves him and he goes off, but they changed the voiceover and made it about Jada and his kids, and I was in tears watching that. That was too funny.
No.
He's like, I'm gonna do a new album. And it's gonna be fire. I'm gonna do Bad Boys 4, and I'm the hell with them.
Listen, man. A lot of things could have been worse today, but listen, man, you guys have made it all enjoyable, the most enjoyable day that I could possibly have, because I've been looking forward to this live stream with Slow Mo all day. We wanted to give everybody a chance to breathe. Technically, I was at work, so we could have did it earlier, but I like the fact that we let everybody else get their thoughts out there so you guys could rock with us throughout the night so we could see exactly what was going to be on our minds. So you guys have a great week. Luca, if you're jumping on Destiny, we need to get on there. I don't know if you're going to be playing tonight or if you're going to be studying for that test. Good luck with that. And, man, we out of here. Gaming Forte everywhere. Check me out. Sub to the channel, sub on Twitter. It's been a blast.
Real quick. How are you with the bet?
Oh, what you talk about, the 7-day bet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I just got one more video to make. I already have the next 2 days already scheduled. I just got to skip. So I have tomorrow scheduled for 8 a.m. I have Tuesday scheduled for 8 a.m. I just need to make the thumbnail for Wednesday and Thursday. And Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, I need to finish I need to render it still. And Saturday, I still need to make.
Oh, jeez. All right. Look, you know what? I'm just going to try to look on the bright side. This is great this is why I even made the suggestion. Because it would push you to do more content and really get into a rhythm of dropping, I think the YouTube algorithm is really going to start, putting you on the top of the page with stuff like that.
I appreciate that. I know why you did it. I know why you did it.
It's just the result of this is going to be so painful.
It's not gonna be as bad as you think, sir. People here are gonna promote. People here love you, man. Luca loves you. Vaseline loves you. Def Floyd loves you. Everybody in this chat loves you, man. They will go and support. They will support you making it. You know what, Slomo? Even better. Even if you didn't want to make the video, wait till it comes out and just stream it for an hour. We're good with that.
What? No, I would rather make the video.
Stream it for an hour. So you do realize that streaming the video would take less time than making the video.
You want me to play the game,
but you got to play the game anyway, don't you?
No, first of all, I can't play the game right now because the beta's not up right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, got you. You're just gonna go off experiences of what other people went off, which is fine for me.
Talk about the features of the game. I'm gonna be honest about what it looks like to me, and then I'm gonna get into the history of Obsidian. That's what I'm gonna do. That part of it, I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of. I'm gonna love that part because I'm a fan of Obsidian and their work, and I'm gonna really enjoy researching and getting deep into what they've been through, what they've done. Try to find little hidden gems about their process. I know in particular, I'm definitely going to get into how they have their own engine on narrative trees, which is really, really fascinating to me. May not be fascinating to anyone else, but it's fascinating to me. So I'm going to get into that, and that's going to be half my video.
Okay, well,
so
shout out to you, man. I believe in you. I think I'm gonna add Vaseline.
But don't mess up and forget to upload a video on a day, because if you mess up, I don't care if you made 7 videos and you just forgot the upload number 5. I'm not doing
Lord. Yeah, I got you. I wouldn't do it either. Bet's a bet. All right, well, guys, it's been Luca. Guys and girls, it's been a really good show. We're gonna get out of here before Slobo goes onto a rant about something else, and we can be here for another 20 minutes. You guys have a great weekend. We will see you in the next video or next live stream. Y'all have a good night.
Peace.